So, g'day. Oh, damn. Keep on forgetting about that damn mask. So, it's only been 2 days since Hong Kong actually removed the mask restrictions. You no longer get paid, fined $1,000. So, that's basically why I had the mask on. Okay, so we're talking about cemeteries. So, people like to visit cemeteries. They like to visit cemeteries to see their relatives who have passed away. But some people actually like to visit cemeteries just to have a look around. So, cemeteries, there is a difference when you actually visit a Chinese cemetery and a Western cemetery. So, in the West, we like to. Okay, first of all, the similarities are you respect the graves. Okay, you don't go there, you don't walk on them, you don't spit on them, you don't smash them, you don't piss on them. It's basically it. Just respect the graves. Even if the person was a total pain in the ass when they were alive, just don't do anything. And you give common courtesy to other people that are there. If someone does something wrong, you notify the authorities that something wrong has actually been happened, like someone's damaging the grave. Basically it. So there's the similarities. Another similarity is that Chinese graves have tombstones as well. So they have, I think a lot of them they've adopted from the West, but traditionally Chinese graves have always been engraved with the name, probably the age of person passed away, probably some information like I don't know, dear father or blah blah blah, in respected or served their country, something like that. So unlike Islamic graves, which they don't have a tombstone, they have a rock. Same with I'm not too sure about Jewish graves, but I'm not too sure about other cultures as well, like Indigenous Australians. They didn't actually put tombstones. They weren't that advanced. They didn't have writing, so they had nothing actually write on there. Yeah, they do. Anyway, so there's the similarities, the differences. So when you go to a Western grave, you can read the tombstones. You can go there, you can read them. You can go, oh yeah, this person was this person. They lived and they died. The actual information is there for you to actually read. And there will be no connection between you and the person because you're just reading their information. But in Chinese mythology, if you read the tombstone, there will be a connection between you and the ghost. So that's basically it. So the ghost, it's like having a Ouija board. The ghost actually gets a little connection and can actually haunt you, basically. So that's what you don't do in Chinese graves. You don't actually read the tombstone because you build a spiritual or supernatural connection between you and the actual grave owner. I didn't put any caveats. I may get things wrong. This won't apply to all Chinese cultures. China's a big place, lots of different. Even the Mandarins have different customs, different parts of the country. Maybe the Vietnamese have a different custom. People in Taiwan. So don't take it as gospel. Take it with a big, actually, boatload of salt. Another thing is, God, what was I gonna say? Okay, so this is just what people have told me. Maybe different families do different things. Anyway, so, yep. If there's any other caveats, I'll put them in as I go. So you don't actually read the grave, you build a spiritual connection. It's like taking a Ouija board to Western graves and doing it, going like that. And they're building a connection that way. You just don't do that. So you can actually read the grave of your ancestors because, they actually want to protect you. So your ancestors' graves, unless they're very vile, will not try and haunt you. They'd actually try and protect you. And yeah, Western ghosts don't do that. They just basically haunt you or leave you alone. Another thing is a lot of Chinese graves are placed in certain locations. Obviously, in newer cemeteries, they can't actually do that. They're actually built like the Western graves, when you've got cemeteries just going all the way along, and there's no preferred direction. But in traditional Chinese graves, they prefer, feng shui, the energy, so they need to have the grave at a certain facing a certain way, at a certain elevation and stuff like that. And it has to be well maintained. Like in Western cultures, to maintain feng shui, Western cultures don't have that. You can actually put the grave in any type of facing because it doesn't really matter. Okay, another thing is to maintain the grave. So if you maintain the grave, it's supposed to give future prosperity to the not the ancestors, the descendants, so the children. That's in Chinese graves. In Western graves, it doesn't matter, because in Western graves, the person has already gone to heaven and they've probably been reincarnated. So that means that there is no connection between the person there and the descendants. Yeah, the descendants. And also another good thing in Chinese customs, like in the West, we probably just put flowers on the actual grave. We don't do any much more than that, apart from clean it up, as we just said before. But in Chinese culture, they burn incense and something called joss paper. It's like you got the hell banknotes, that's what that is. But they also have stuff like houses, mobile phones, cars made out of paper, which they burn, and that's so that the ancestor, the actual ghost, the person who died, can receive those things and enjoy their afterlife. And incense as well. Another thing you don't do to Chinese people is you get chopsticks. You don't put them in the rice. So you don't put them in the rice like that, because it means you're burning incense to the deceased. It just means you want the person to die. So that's another thing. So anyway, I hope this helps you with visiting Chinese graves. Don't take photos as well, because you're capturing part of the ghost.